Once upon a time, there was a wise merchant named Arjun who owned a prosperous trading business. Arjun had 3 trusted apprentices, Ravi, Kiran, and Soham. Over time, Arjun began to suspect that one of them was dishonest in handling money and responsibilities. To uncover the truth, he devised a clever test. One morning, Arjun called his apprentices together and gave each a small, empty sack. He said, "You will each journey to a nearby village and collect as many valuable goods as you can fit in this sack. You have 1 day to complete the task. Remember, your choices will reveal your character." The first apprentice, Ravi, was diligent and honest. He spent the day negotiating fair deals with villagers, carefully selecting quality items like spices, silk, and rare trinkets. His sack was filled with items of high value by the end of the day, though it required significant effort and patience. The second apprentice, Kiran, was clever but not hardworking. He thought to himself, "Why waste time searching for the best items? The merchant won't check everything." So, he filled his sack with a mix of good and subpar items, including some nearly worthless trinkets, just to save time. The third apprentice, Soham, was lazy and deceitful. He thought, "The merchant will only see the sack is full. He won't bother inspecting the contents." Soham filled his sack with heavy stones and a few useless items to make it seem full. At the end of the day, all 3 returned to Arjun. Without opening their sacks, Arjun smiled and said, "You have done well. But this test is not over." He led them to a barren hut at the edge of the village and instructed them to stay there for 3 days. He added, "Your survival will depend on what you've brought in your sacks." The first apprentice, Ravi, thrived during the 3 days. He used the spices to flavor his food, traded silk for necessities, and enjoyed the trinkets he had brought. His hard work and honesty rewarded him with comfort and sustenance. Kiran, the second apprentice, struggled. The poor quality items he had collected were barely useful. Though he managed to survive, he regretted not putting in more effort and choosing quality over convenience. Soham, the third apprentice, suffered greatly. His sack of stones and useless items offered no help. He spent the 3 days in hunger and regret, realizing too late the cost of his laziness and dishonesty. When the 3 days were over, Arjun visited the hut. He saw the state of his apprentices and said, "Life is like the sacks you carried. The effort you put in today will determine how well you can face tomorrow. Remember, shortcuts and deceit will never lead to true success." From that day forward, Ravi continued to prosper in his honest ways, Kiran learned to value hard work over clever shortcuts, and Soham carried the bitter lesson of regret for the rest of his days. This story reminds us that our actions today shape our future. Hard work and sincerity pave the way for success, while laziness and dishonesty lead to regret and hardship. Choose wisely, for life always reveals the fruits of our choices.